Find the interval of convergence of the series x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 plus x power 4 by 4 plus and so on up to infinite. See here, we have the power of x as 2, 3, 4 and so on. Similarly, we have denominator 2, 3, 4 and so on. All these numbers are in arithmetic progression. Its general term an will be a plus n minus 1 into d. So a value is first term, that is 2, n minus 1 into common difference is 1. So we have 2 plus n minus 1, that will be n plus 1. So the given sequence can be written as let the given series be sigma un is equals to x square by 2 plus x power 3 by 3 plus x power 4 by 4 plus and so on, plus we have x power of n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus and so on up to infinite. Now the nth term of the series will be this term. This is the nth term. Here un value is x power of n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Now we got un. I'll find out the next term un plus 1. Un plus 1 will be the next term, that will be x power n plus 2 by n plus 2. Replace this n by n plus 1, will get x power of n plus 2 by n plus 2. Now take the ratio of these two terms un upon un plus 2. This can be written as un into 1 by un plus 2. Un is x power of n into x power of 1 by n plus 1 into 1 by un plus 1. 1 by un plus 2 is the reciprocal. So this will become n plus 2 by x power of n into x power of 2. Bases are same, power should be added. Here we are separating the bases. Now we can cancel this x power of n and this x power of n. We are left with n plus 2 by n plus 1. Here 1x will get cancelled with 1x, then here I have 1 by x. This is the value of un by un plus 1, not 2. Here we have un plus 1. Un plus 1. Now take common n here. Take n common from numerator. I'll get 1 plus 2 by n. Take n common, we'll get 1 plus 1 by n into 1 by x. This will become 1 plus 2 by n upon 1 plus 1 by n into 1 by x, un by un plus 1. Now apply limit n tends to infinite on both sides. Un by un plus 1 is equals to limit n tends to infinite 1 plus 2 by n by 1 plus 1 by n into 1 by x. Now if I put n tends to infinite, then 1 by n tend to 0. So this will become 1 plus 2 into 0. 1 by n will be 0. 1 plus 0 into 1 by x. So this will become 1 by x only. Now by D'Alembert's test, the given series sigma un converges if this value of 1 by x is greater than 1. So we take mod here. mod of this value to get the region of interval. So mod 1 by x greater than 0, that implies if I take the reciprocal, this will become mod x less than 1, right? Mod x less than 1, that is minus 1 less than x less than 1 is the region of interval or region of convergence, and sigma un diverges if 1 by mod x value is less than 1, that is mod x value is greater than 1. Now the test fails when 1 by this mod x value is 1, that implies mod x is equals to 1, that is if I remove the mod I'll get plus 1 minus 1. Now we extend this case failure, if x value is plus 1, then what will become un? If x is 1, then un value, here we have un, this un will become 1 power of n plus 1 will be 1 by n plus 1, 1 by n plus 1. Take n common, then we have 1 by 1 plus 1 by n. If I take this n common, now take this 1 by n as some vn. Now we have un is equals to vn into 1 by 1 plus 1 by n. Take the ratio of un by vn, that will be 1 by 1 plus 1 by n. Apply limit n tends to infinite on both sides. Here I am applying comparison test. So this will become 1 by 1 plus 0. This value is 1 not equal to 0, that is finite non-zero number, as this sigma vn value is sigma 1 by n is a p series. It is a p series with p value 1. It means that when p is 1, this series sigma vn is divergent. It is divergent. So when x is 1, given vn is divergent, that will imply sigma un is also divergent. It will also be divergent by comparison test. Comparison test says that both converges or diverges together. Since sigma vn divergent means sigma un also divergent, x equal to 1. So here we can include x equal here, right? Now let us take if x value is minus 1, let us take this x is equals to minus 1, then we have un is equals to, if I take x value minus 1 here, this will become minus 1 power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Now this minus 1 power of n minus 1 indicates the series is alternating series, right? Alternating series. Now let us take this vn equal to 1 by n plus 1 and take vn plus 1 also next term, that will be n plus 2. Now compare these two, compare vn and vn plus 1. By comparison, see the denominator, n plus 1 and n plus 2. N plus 2 is more. If denominator is more, then the value will be less. So by comparing, we say that Vn plus 2 value is less than Vn plus 1 for all n. So this is the condition of Leibniz series. This is the condition of Leibniz series. It says that each term is numerically less than its previous term or preceding term. So two conditions of Leibniz series are satisfying. One is alternating series, other is next term is lesser than the previous one. One more condition of Leibniz series is limit n tends to infinite, this Vn will be 0. Vn will be 0. So limit n tends to infinite, take this Vn value, that is 1 by n plus 1. If I put the limit infinite plus 1, that will be infinite only 0. Since this x equal to minus 1 with un equal to minus 1 power of n plus 1 by n plus 1 satisfying all conditions of Leibniz theorem, all conditions of Leibniz test. So this is convergent. The given series will be convergent if x is minus 1. So I can see that the series here, from this I can say, hence we say that the given series is convergent for the interval convergent for x less than 1 less than minus 1. So for convergence we have seen that by Leibniz test it is convergent for x equal to 1. So it will include that here. So for equal to 1 also we get convergence. So the given series is convergent for the interval minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1. This is the interval.